Armstrong booster pump training. Here is your Armstrong booster pump. So we'll go through some identification. There is a label on the side of this panel here, right here. That's going to tell you what the system is. And each pump on the right-hand side of each pump, in between the actual impeller and the motor, there is going to be a label on each right-hand side. So you can identify the system and you can identify each pump. And you can also see that the pump actually on the motor, or a label on the motor as well. So we can run through this stuff. It's relatively easy. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go through operation functions, the alarm display, operating displays, and alarm management. So operating functions, lead and lag pumps. One pump is always going to be your lead, the other two are going to be lags. Pretty self-explanatory there. They run off a variable frequency drive. They have a low suction pressure alarm on here. This is one of the features of operation. So if it goes below 5 psi, it's going to go into a low suction alarm, and it's going to continue to do that for about 5 minutes, and then it'll shut itself down on the incoming PSI. It also has a protection feature of a low discharge and high discharge. That's the outlet side. So inlet coming in here, outlet going on the back side over there. Like I was saying, you have your low suction, which is going to be your incoming, your discharge, which is your outgoing, which has a low and a high discharge alarms on here. Should a pump fail, you have two backup pumps here that will automatically kick on. Let's see, your lead pump runs for 24 hours, and then it switch over to the next pump. So if pump 1 is on, 24 hours later, pump 2 will be your lead, and then 24 hours later, pump 3, and they will cycle that way. Let's see here. There's a no flow shutdown. It goes for 5 minutes, and then it'll shut the pump off so that it's not just dry running through it. What else do we have on here? Emergency power. It's going to kick on, and it's only going to run the lead pump on emergency power, and it will continue to run that way until standard power is restored. Let's see what else we can go through here and let you guys know. So we'll go to, that's your typical operation. So if you want to come up over here, I'll show you guys the screen. This is the home screen. It's got a couple things. It's got your system overview, which is going to tell you everything going on, your sensor overview, which is going to tell you your sensors, which is your incoming and your outlet, and it's going to tell you your pump overview. I would set up in diagnostic. Diagnostic is going to tell you your PLC, which is your board, which is what these variable frequency drives communicate with. At any time, at any screen, you hit that home, it takes you right back here. You're going to want to leave the booster on local, because I don't think we're hooked up to a building management system, so local is going to be all right here. Let's see, so we can go into, what do I have next on here? We'll go to system overview. So system overview is going to be your pressure set point, your active pressure, and your local pressure. Local pressure is incoming. Active pressure is what we're what we're boosting to, and your set point is what we're supposed to be boosting to. So you can see here, pump 1 is on stop, pump 2 is on run, pump 3 is on stop. So right now your pump 2 is your lead. Pumps on auto speed, you can see right now they're at 65.3%. That's your system discharge overview. So then you go to your sensor overview. Suction, which is your incoming, right here, 97. Your boost is at 102, which is internal, and your discharge is at 199. So you do the math there, the decimal points will get you to where you're at. It's at gallons per minute and PSI. So you hit the home screen again. Pump overview is going to tell you all your pumps right now. So like I was saying, pump 1 is on your lead, pump 3 is your lag 1, and pump 2 is your lead, pump 3 is lag 2. Okay. Your pump overview is going to show you all 3 of your pumps, the speed, the percentage they're running at, and which one's lead and which one's lag. So you can see here, pump 2 is lead, pump 3 is lag 1, pump 1 is lag 2, and they'll continue to cycle that way. So your next pump 3 will be lead, and it'll be lag 1 and lag 2. So you go back over here again, discharge overview, alarm management. So we won't go to setup just yet. We'll go to service. So your first screen on service is going to show you the website, what to get to. Then you hit the down arrow. It's going to show you some more of your screen is it telling me this one is? Let me get to here. So, let me go back here. Service give you here, and then it's going to run through all your information here. This is your drive, your voltage, your watts. So we're set. Everything's up on auto. Faults okay, no faults. Communications are good. Disable no flow, pressure setback. Okay, so everything's set up well. And this, all the service is going to go through is giving you information about the system, what's happening right now. Let's get to our. So your alarm is going to stay solid when there are no alarms. It will blink. Your alarm symbol will blink when there are alarms happening. All you would do is click on it, and it would tell you. If the alarm has reset itself, it's not going to say anything. So you go to alarm history, and it'll give you all the previous alarms that you've had. And in the pages I've given you here, all the alarm messages that can happen are already here. Let's see, and then the rest of this stuff is setup, which I would not mess with anything because this has been set up by a factory guy. It's been pre-started up. That's the general information here. Do you guys have any questions about anything that's going on?
Can you just run through on if there is an emergency where we need to turn the pump off? How do we stop water from flowing in the building?
Stop water from flowing in the building. Well, the first thing we'll do to be to turn this switch to off, which is going to turn your panel off, which is going to turn all your variable frequency drives off, so you'll have no flow through there. And then you have your inlet valve, which is going to be right here. That's going to stop all flow from going through the system. And then you have, for maintenance or any such reason, you have your individual valves to separate if you were to need to maintenance any of the pumps or the motors. But it's as simple as this switch going to off. And that will turn it off in case of any kind of emergency. But the pump, if there is a high discharge, something breaks and we've got a real steady flow, some high volume, it'll stop itself from continuing just to run and run and run the water out. And that's as well if you have a huge jump in pressure from the city side. If you're at 200 and it jumps to 250, it's going to do the same thing. It's going to say too much water, it's going to shut the pumps down.
Will it automatically reset itself when the water?
Yes, it will reset itself when it goes back down to its local code out below the set point. Okay. So, active alarms, no active alarm, alarm history. That's pretty much it right there. Home screen, you're back here again.
Okay, seems pretty simple.
That's it.